All right, so I am running today. I'm out on a ride, heading into town, and this is my new. If you guys have watched the channel, you would have seen me do an unboxing of this Soman helmet. I think it's the F1. They say it's their quietest helmet, and to be completely honest, uh, I I'm not a person that uses or spends a lot on helmets. I probably should. Not that I'm not saying I buy the cheapest helmets by any means, but I don't spend $700, $1,000 on a helmet. So usually when you get a helmet that is a little less expensive, uh, or a helmet that is a little, I don't know, maybe it's lighter or whatever. Um, one of the issues that you get, number one, is sound. Now this helmet, Soman says, is their quietest helmet ever, or at least the quietest helmet they've made. So I am riding with a fair bit of wind protection for sure. But normally when I ride with this motorcycle, there's still a fair bit of wind noise. Now I even have the visor open right now, so there's going to be more noise than normal. And you guys are hearing the microphone uh, through my intercoms, which means that there's like all kinds of noise canceling being done. And just so you guys know, it's not as warm out today as I was hoping. It will be, but I'm gonna say my legs are a little cold. A little cold. I'm waiting for that engine heat to kick in to help me out here because it's uh it's a tad bit chilly on the legs. Uh, but yeah, I would say out of the majority of my helmets, definitely quiet. I'm not gonna say it's quiet. I'm gonna bring my visor down and see. My bike definitely has a pretty what's the word I'm looking for? A pretty good rumble to it, and I think this is probably one of those things that I find, if you're a helmet manufacturer that like originates maybe in Asia and does not have a big North America following, a bike like this, for instance, probably not a bike like a Victory or an Indian or Harley or a Triumph or whatever it is, right? Uh, the big cruiser bikes that they have like third party exhaust and things like that on them. One of the things I think is that their helmets don't necessarily get tested with these kind of bikes. I may be completely out in the dark here, but uh, the issue, of course, is these bikes are loud. So I've again never worn a helmet, like an expensive helmet, when I'm riding to be like, oh my gosh, that's really quiet. You know, normally when I'm wearing, let's say, a half helmet or anything like that doesn't necessarily cover my ears. Normally I wear earplugs to help keep that down. But I'm gonna say, for the most part, I don't think right now with this helmet that I would need to. I don't think I would need to wear my earplugs with this. The other nice thing with this helmet that I found was that it was just yesterday when I was deciding that I was going to wear this helmet. Was that, excuse me, was that it's got really good speaker pockets in them. So some of my helmets that I had, the speaker pockets were fine. Some of them have this weird little like pocket in the material that you can put your speakers in. But I find that those, because it makes the speakers come out a little bit more, they put a little bit of pressure on my ears. These have like this setup, this Lexan setup has pretty big speaker pockets, and because of that, honestly, you wouldn't even you'd have no idea, right? You'd have no idea that uh, there was speakers in this helmet at all, like none at all. Now the other thing is, I was I think because this helmet is a bit quieter. I'm not going to say it's like the quietest helmet because I don't know. I can't actually tell you that. But what I am going to say is that I was listening to music on this earlier before I started this, music from my phone up to the headset. And I've previously, I've always, I don't want to say complained, but I've always been like, oh, I wish these kind of headphones that you get in these helmets were a bit louder, a bit bassier, a bit whatever. Um, Now that I have a helmet that I think keeps out a lot more sound, um, one of the things that I'm thinking or is that my helmets were just too loud, right? I just couldn't hear stuff coming through the speakers because I was getting so much, road noise and motorcycle noise and stuff like that coming through. And the fact is, you know, uh, again, I wear earbuds most of the time, so that takes out a lot of the different frequencies and stuff like that. But no earbuds. Good wind protection, good sound protection from this helmet so far. Again, I'm not going to say it's going to compare with way more expensive helmets because I don't know. But yeah, I'm pleased for sure. I'm really pleased with it. I think it's a fairly stylish helmet. Everything is easily accessible in regards to where all the vents are and things like that. The other nice thing was I had their modular helmet on. If you watched my last, like not the last video, but the one before that, where I can't remember what I was talking about. Anyways, I had their modular helmet on, and where I had to mount the camera on here, it's always wanted to tilt down a little bit. I don't know why. It just I couldn't get it to mount as well up as this one was. Um, the other thing is that sizing 2XL for me is good. And you know what? I normally take a 2XL, and when I got their modular helmet, and when I first tried this on, I was like, oh, this one feels a little on the snug side. But I've worn it now a couple times, and the padding I think is compressed a little bit, which that happens over time, and I'd say it fits pretty much perfect right now. I'm very pleased with the sizing on it. So be aware of that. If you are like a 2XL, I'd say a 2XL is gonna be the right size for you. I think you'll be very very pleased with it for sure. Other than that, like I said, the sound is good, right? I don't normally ride with my visor down very often, but I have to say that on a day like today where it's a little on the cool side, and it's not raining, but you do get a little bit of road spray coming up. I know I have a good protection through my windshield, and I also have, of course, good protection through the visor on the helmet. And also, I can't complain about the sound that's coming through. I do think it's a nice quiet helmet. Anyways, that's going to be it for me and this video. I'm hoping that this fog lifts because I look like the fog's getting worse the closer I get going into the city. And that's it, I think, for me for now. And we may talk to you when I'm riding back. We'll see. All right, guys. Um, I'll put links to the Soman helmet. And again, they make a lot of helmets, so if you're in North America watching this, honestly, I would just look at Amazon because, again, if you want to try it and you realize that the sizing is wrong, then you have a pretty good return window to return it and try a different size. If you're outside of North America, maybe Amazon still works. I don't know, but they have I think an AliExpress store or something like that where you can kind of look at their different helmets. So I'll put the links to both of them down there, and you guys can make your decision. Anyways, yeah, for the price, I'm pretty happy. All right, guys, that's it. Links down below. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell. More riding videos coming up soon. More tech stuff coming up soon. And that's it. Later.